You know, we knew this day was coming. We knew this day was coming. Uh 31-24 lost for LSU at Vanderbilt. Number 17. They'll move up quite a bit. Do they crack the top 10? I think people were so low on us that they might not even crack the top 10 after that. The offense scored on big plays, but I don't ever feel like the offense was like just rolling, you know? I mean, you look, dang, first quarter they only had 2 total drives. What? That can't be right, huh? I guess. Whatever. I mean, LSU missed what? They missed 1 field goal in that game. Um, I mean, they scored on almost every possession until the last 2. Uh, just kind of looking over this. You know, it's we scored on big plays, and we finally had a game where we truly needed a shootout. I say that, man. It's only 31 points. It's not like we needed 40 or 50. We knew this was coming. When we had to shoot out, it's like we never had ammunition. You know? Um, I think they're not gonna bench Nussmeier. They're not gonna bench him, but they probably should. A couple of good throws by him, but like he's got way too much air on all of his balls. And I'm so tired of hearing about this oblique injury that they keep talking about. And they're like, he's finally recovering. They've been saying that for like 3 weeks. Whether there's an actual injury or not, I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter. We continue. Some of them like I feel like he's getting lucky when he's completing these balls. There's so much air under him. He's not rifling in anything. His arm strength is garbage. I think he had a shoulder injury and he had surgery on it and he never recovered and they never told us about it at this point. Maybe that's the injury. It's not an oblique at all. And if it is an oblique, shame on them for leaving him in the freaking dog for the whole season. All of that being said, I think the defense finally gave up a little bit. We had injuries coming into this with Weeks being out. A couple guys went down during the game. Doesn't help. I think that we're 4 years into this, and we've had a Heisman winning quarterback, and we've got a championship level defense, and we're 5-2. And we're 5-2. And we're gonna fall 20th or lower, right? So I have in years past been against like jumping the gun to say fire Brian Kelly. But the reality is, I think this is the team that Notre Dame had all those years. I think this is the team that we're going to have moving forward. I think if we keep him around longer, he's going to recruit extremely well, and we're just going to have bad game plans every week. Because, not that, I mean, 325 total yards is not that great. I mean, it could be worse, right? It could be worse. We had 100 rushing yards again. We can't even run the ball. 4.8 yards a carry isn't anything to like really fuss about, but they had 239 rushing yards. When you have not that many rushing yards and they have a lot of rushing yards, that's time of possession, and that shows 36 minutes for Vanderbilt. And part of that is the low running quarterback, but most like 82 yards from Young, 86 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns from Mr. Diego. Caden Durham had the one big run, 51 yards. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You take that one big run off, that's 20 carries for 49 yards if you take away that 51-yard rush. So, screw that 4.8 yards that I just mentioned. Because he did have that big run. That was in the fourth quarter, I believe it was. Without Caden Durham's big run, you have 20 carries for 49 yards. Dude, that's 2 yards of carry. That's 2 yards of carry. That's my average, 8 yards per man. We're just, Xavier Thomas had the big play, 62-yard touchdown. I mean, dude, and then that props to Nuss for somehow getting that pass off. But I feel like there's quarterbacks out there that can just, through a miracle, dump it off. All of that is on whatever blocking he had and Xavier Thomas. Because without that, Nuss has well under 200 yards, but got about 160, right? And he's got one touchdown. And it's similar with the Trey Green pass to touchdown. I mean, it's a good read because he got underneath, right, on like almost that drag or slant, basically. But he recognized it, made the easy throw. That's the point, man. Makes the easy throw. His 2 touchdowns are dump offs that resulted in big plays. Yet he's not like just, I mean, late in that game when I think it was Barry and Brown, and it was 3rd down or 4th down, he rifled it in, and it was just too much air under it, man. He had to dive forward for that. You gotta rip it. I mean, it's so frustrating. The offense is flat out not good. End of story. We got the rest of it. I mean, is there any chance? There's no chance we're going to run the table the rest of the year. We got Bama. We got A&M next week. We got A&M next week. And then we got Bama. We'll probably beat Arkansas. We'll for sure beat Western Kentucky. But you can't lose a game the rest of the year. You got to beat a number 4 A&M. You got to beat a number 6 Bama. You got to beat Oklahoma. There's no chances that's my TVs, but that was kind of scary looking. I mean, Lord have mercy. This team is. We're in for it for the rest of the year. You knew that you could only have 2 losses to kind of crack that top 12. We can't afford another loss. That's freaking me out, even though I know what it is. I think that Brian Kelly, and rightfully so, his seat is as hot as ever. I think like screw it, throw in Van Buren. They won't. They're gonna ride Nuss so that he can enter the draft and all that stuff. But he's a senior, dude. There's no way they're gonna bench him, even though they should. Couldn't run the ball to save our life. Harlem Berry looks good every once in a while, but we don't block good enough. It doesn't matter. We need all new linemen. We got to get our receivers the ball. I was really thinking. I thought we were going to win that game. I really did. It ain't good, but you got Ole Miss and Georgia coming up. That ought to be a good game, right? At least Miami lost this weekend. If you're an LSU fan, not that we need to hate Miami. I like Miami, but we ain't the only ones going down. You know what I mean? That's what I'm happy. Whatever. If I'm going down, I'm want somebody else burning with us. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Damn it, we suck again.